An annual tradition is taking place this weekend on Castle Carrock Green.
Well, this is the 10th Music on the Marr. It started 10 years ago with a wedding, and we had a marquee left on the Sunday following the wedding. It occurred to me that we might cut a couple of bands on. And I tell people that a couple of drunken musicians stumbled in and Music on the Marr was born. And that was 10 years ago, we're still going. And we now showcase local, national and international artists in the folk, blues, jazz, world music genre, as well as providing a stage for local young people.
The event constitutes a large change for the small village in the northeast of Cumbria.
Well, it brings the whole community together. I mean, that's what you get from it. This parish has about 300 people in it, and 150 of them pretty much are involved with us at some level. We're limited to about 500 people on site at any one time, but over the weekend we have about 1,300 or 1,400 people, as well as lots of people in the pub, lots of Morris, as you can probably see behind me, dancing. About half of our punters come back every year and have done right from the very beginning from the year.
While the Giltsdale Arts organise and run the festival, the weekend is a full collaborative community effort.
It's a big village party, and we have about 120 volunteers who come to the festival, work as stewards, provide the food, run the bar, sell ice cream, and they work incredibly hard, and they do it for love because this is a fabulous community. Castle Carrock is like no other village. Everybody gets together, they work very, very hard, and we raised a lot of money for our church that was falling down the last 2 years ago, and now our village hall is in need of about £100,000 spending on it. So the profits from our food stores, which are all provided by the village, will go towards that building fund this year.
Through the decades since the first event, they say the festival has only changed in numbers of visitors and the effort towards sustainability.
3 years ago I would buy 38 dozen bottles of water for artists and staff. Last year I didn't buy any. We have water bottles which we give our staff, which they fill from a tap, and we save huge amounts of plastic. All the food that's served here is on compostable plates, so we're all over the place. We're trying to be as green as we possibly can and leave a small footprint, and we're asking our campers to take all the rubbish home with them.
We spoke to the Thursday headline act, Newcastle-based band The Baghdaddies, who were relieved to be playing relatively locally.
We did actually, about 10 years ago, when this first started, we came down and played a gig, so it's kind of 10 years anniversary. And also, my original family's from this neck of the woods. And there's a I think it's Holborn Gate, there's a picture of all the Ruddicks who played in the 1854 Miners Band.
You know, when we've played round here before, we've played Brampton Festival, Talking Tarn years and years ago, probably about 13, 14 years ago, which was another great little festival, you know.
The evening's entertainment began with a performance from Hexham Morris Men and Hexhamshire Lasses.
This is a traditional folk festival. In fact, it's one of the best small folk festivals in the country. It is absolutely fabulous. So we do a traditional dance. It's called Cotswold Morris dancing. And it goes back to 1460 as the earliest record. It's a very English tradition from the Cotswolds area, Oxford area, basically. Yeah. But Morris dancing itself has always been attached to villages. So it's an unbroken tradition. And the only time it changed was when the First World War came, at which time there was ladies dancing as well to keep the tradition going. And since then, ladies have been part of the whole tradition. In fact, there's probably more lady Morris dancers than there is men.
Music on the Marr began its 10th year celebrating the history and tradition of its people and heritage. Kieran McFadgen, That's TV.